Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be reviewing my custom LEGO Transformers, Toxitron. And if you've seen my Laser Prime video, you will see many similarities, as this guy is essentially a recolor of that build. However, in this video, I'd like to cover stuff that I did not cover in my original video, such as the articulation as well as some robot mode details that were not spoken about last time. And instead of doing a full transformation tutorial, I will just do a quick transformation where I animate him transforming. So starting here in truck mode, pretty much everything is the same. However, the trailer is probably the most changed part, as it does feature some slime on the sides now. But the rest of the truck is just a recolor. So here the trailer you can see is mostly black, but it does feature the orange slime that is on the legacy figure. And here you can also see the tail lights at the back. And instead of doing a full transformation, here it is in its base mode, as it pretty much is just the same. It's just a different color. And here it is with the truck. So there's not really much to say about the base mode. So here is the cab of the truck. So some changes include making the entire grille and bumper this black color, as this is accurate to the legacy figure that I based this on. I've also added these red windows, which gives him quite a mean appearance. And obviously I've changed his main color scheme to green, and I've also added these lime green highlights, just like the flames on the original figure. And in my opinion this actually looks better than the Laser Prime, as this is quite an appealing color scheme and I do like it a lot. I've also added some extra tiles onto the top of the cab roof just to bulk him up a bit. But now for his transformation. And since I did the transformation last time, here he is in robot mode. And in my opinion, these colors work a lot better than the Laser Prime. Here he is with the battle station. And in my opinion, this is probably one of the best figures I've done, even though it is just a recolor. And here from the back, you can see he doesn't have much kibble except the gas cans, but for the most part, his backpack's quite small. And here's his head. And this is pretty much the same as the Optimus, just in this neon green color. And for the shoulder stacks, you can see they have changed a little bit, as they no longer have the circle details, and they're all black. I've also changed the green shoulder pads, as they used to not have these curved pieces on them, and they were more of a triangle shape. However, I didn't have that piece in green, so I decided these curved pieces looked quite good on this figure, and they do change him up a bit. And obviously he does have the red windows, which even though they are faux parts, they do look quite good here. However, I do think his chest is quite flat, but for the most part works quite well. And for his abdomen section, this grill piece has changed quite a bit, as I've made it bulkier just to keep the chest from looking too flat, which I do think was a problem on the original. And in this red colour it does look quite good, even though it is not that accurate to the legacy figure, which does not have this red grill. But in my opinion this looks a lot better, and it does stick to the red and green theme that he has going on. And you can also see on the arms I've used green tiles as well as lime tiles, just to differentiate them from the legacy Laser Prime, as it does have all one colour arms. And I've also changed the waist section to have these black pieces coming off of the side, just to give him some more colour, and, like I said, to keep him separate from Laser Prime. And some other changes I've added are at the feet, as I have added these taillight sections which are on the vehicle mode. As on the original, his feet did not have these sections and they were just a solid blue colour, but I do think they work quite well here, and in my opinion they make him look quite good. And you can also see the shin panels have changed, as these are now a lot more tiles and they do look quite good here. And they also have a lot more colours than on the legacy figure, but in my opinion this just makes them look better, as having these colours differentiates him from the legacy design. And for one of the final changes, I've added these sections on the fender, which do help to bulk up the legs, and in the vehicle mode they also look quite good. I added these because on the Laser Prime I thought the back of his legs were quite flat, so here it does help him stand out a bit. And on the heels I've also added that slope piece, just to make him slightly different from Laser Prime. But for the most part the legs are quite similar. But the changes they do have make him look different to Laser Prime, as he now has these bulkier legs than he ever did. And going back to the backpack, which I did not cover in the Laser Prime video, you can see here it does not stick out very far. The only piece of kibble there is on this with the back of the figure, like I said, is the gas cans. And even the smokestacks that fold around do conceal quite well. And in my opinion, the backpack does look quite good, as it does not stick out very far. And here you can see the Creo Decepticon symbol that I used. And so, since I didn't cover articulation in the Laser Prime video, here it is. So the head can rotate a full 360, and the arms can only go out to the side around 45 degrees, just due to the way they're constructed. And even though his elbows are quite high up, they do have a 90-degree bend, which I don't think looks too unnatural. And using the shoulder flap, you can also open it up on the hinge, and this allows his arms to go all the way out forward. However, due to the way the arms are built, and the fact that the windows are on the back of the arms, they can only go out around this far. So just like the Legacy figure, the arms are slightly restricted, just on the way they transform. And for the legs, they can go out to the side all the way. However, I found the ankle joints are quite loose, and he can only really go out this far before he will fall over. And this is mainly due to the weight of the upper body, as the upper body is pretty much the entire cab section, and the legs are only really the back of the truck. And his knee can only bend around this far. But for the most part, he is quite posable. Now I don't think there's much point in more comparisons, since you've already seen that in the Laser Prime video, and if you haven't, I'd recommend you go check that out. But that is my review for my custom LEGO Transformers Toxitron. And since this video is pretty much a part 2 to my Legacy Laser Prime in LEGO video, I'd highly recommend you go watch that if you haven't already. And before I end off the video, I'd like to show you the reverse transformation again. As in my opinion, this is a pretty cool transformation, even if it was tricky to film just due to how fiddly the figure is, as his heels are quite loose as well as the toe joints. But in my opinion, he does have a good robot mode as well as a very good truck mode. So that is it for this review, but before you go, please remember to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, as it would really help out the channel. And I'd also like to mention that I have been doing these polls so you can vote on which video should come out next. And obviously that means this Toxitron won this week's poll. So remember to subscribe if you want to be able to vote on which figures I will be building next, or which videos I will be releasing the next week. So anyways, have a great day, and I'll see everyone next week for my next video.